Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Sobriety University. Appreciate you guys waiting. Had some technical difficulties with the internet. So, welcome to the channel. Super excited for this one. We're going to be talking about how to have fun being sober. Now, I wanted to start talking about some more of the enjoyable things about recovery. I know a lot. I've talked about some of the more grindy, unpleasant stuff, getting through the muck. As you know, though, that can get tiring, and we want to remember that getting sober is for being able to have amazing experiences, getting to go out, have awesome relationships, fulfill dreams, financial dreams, relationship dreams, all of the above, right? And so that's really what this channel is going to be starting to focus more on, is some of the awesome, positive things that come from getting sober. And I think that may cause, may generate a little more excitement than how to quit marijuana, etc. So anyway, we're going to be talking about today how to have fun in sobriety, because when I was getting sober, after a while, I realized like, okay, I'm not really enjoying this. I got clean. Great. I'm no longer suffering with all this stuff. However, I wanted to live a more fulfilling, authentic life, and with a lot more fun and joy, etc. So I really had to kind of do some soul searching and say, okay, what do I want my life to look like, and how do I implement steps to be able to kind of make some of those dreams come true? A lot of that was like travel and relationships. Those are probably the two big ones for me. And again, comment down below what your thoughts are, what your kind of dreams and goals are in recovery. I think it's really important to put it out, get it out of the head and into paper or onto some physical format. Kind of put it out to the universe. Like, hey, this is kind of where I want my life to go. Can I have some help? So the first thing that I had to do to be able to start living a more fun and fulfilling life is to invite in some open-mindedness, to start opening my mind a little bit. When I was, after a while of getting sober, I was kind of a bit judgmental. Like, I didn't want to think that there was anything else but recovery, that anyone else that was using, that was smoking, drinking, etc., was not worth hanging out with. And because of that, I kind of put myself in a little bubble. So I had to start opening my mind and saying, okay, how can I let people that may not live the same lifestyle as me come in and start to start to open up to? Because again, I wanted relationships, I wanted all that. To find someone that doesn't smoke or drink is rare, and recovery groups, support groups, are not a great place to meet potential romantic partners. I mean, yeah, you can meet friends and stuff, but there's a whole world. There's a ton of awesome people out there. So I really made that a focus to go out and learn how to communicate with the outside world. So opening my mind, I started to talk to people that maybe drank once in a while, smoked weed here and there. The weed one, since you guys know I have a pretty big strong addiction to weed, I have to set really strong boundaries with. A lot of people drink, right? And a lot of people don't drink addictively. So those people, I was like, you know what if we just, grab a coffee? What if I just didn't focus so much on the fact that they drank, and instead try to find some commonalities between us that we could start to develop a relationship with? And just like dating, for example, you meet a ton of people, you go on a lot of dates, a lot of them don't work out. A lot of the people I met that, drank, used, etc., we didn't work out because maybe just our vibes weren't connecting. But after a while, I started to meet people that were in my vibe and I was in their vibe. Vibe attracts tribe, right? And now a good lot of my friends today do drink. They are able to occasionally use. They don't have substance abuse problems. And it's just crazy, like even saying it out loud, because for so long I thought, unless you're in recovery, unless you're sober, you cannot be, you're just not a good person, right? And like, how judgmental is that? So, and I'm going to work on not judging myself for judging others. That's what I did though. And so once I opened my mind and said, hey, this person drinks, but they're a cool person. They're on a mission. They're on a path. They take care of themselves. They exercise, eat well, etc. All the things that I did besides the alcohol factor or the marijuana factor, I was like, okay, this is a cool dude. And we can actually help each other grow, because we're each bringing a different perspective and lifestyle into the relationship. Sometimes, like when you meet someone that's so like you, it can be almost like boring, because there's nothing new. It's like, okay, I wake up and I see the person I'm talking to in the mirror, because it's pretty much me. When I started meeting people that were a lot different, had different lifestyles, came from different backgrounds, etc., I was like, holy crap, this is unreal. And to give you an example, one of the guys I met here while I was in Poland, he's from London, so not even from the same country as I am. He is in like fitness coaching business. He can drink once in a while, right? He doesn't like it, which is I think what helped us connect. But he's not a big fan of it. And then he can also like do like nicotine once in a while, right? But he doesn't use it compulsively. Was business, really cool dude. Actually, he's been on the channel, Tim Robinson. He's like probably like 2 live streams ago. Really cool dude. And I'm at his flat right now. He invited me to stay for a few nights, and we've been just vibing. We've been going out. We've been having a great time, getting workouts in. And that wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have opened my mind to other people and other kinds of lifestyles. Same with dating too. Like I was really worried for a while because I'm like, okay, how am I going to meet a girl that doesn't drink or use or smoke weed or whatever? Like, this is going to be impossible. And sometimes the girls in recovery, and might be a little bit of a harsh truth, are not the most healthy. Let's just say like that. So, and you don't want to go to support groups to meet girls. Like, that's a big red flag, right? They call it 13 stepping when you go and you like try to hit on recovery chicks. Just don't do it, guys. It's like it's a safe space for recovery, etc. Not that I think you guys will, because just as a warning. So I'm out there, right? And I'm realizing with girls too, I have to be more open to maybe dating somebody that can occasionally drink once in a while, that can eat certain foods that I can't, that doesn't have this exact same structure of life that I do. And because again, it's rare to be on this path, especially at a young age, if you're out there and you're young, or any time in life really. So once I started opening my mind too, all of a sudden a ton of dating options opened up. And I realized that, wow, I can go on a date with a girl, have a great time, fantastic time, and we don't have to drink. The fact that I'm just, being myself, being masculine, being authentic, leading relationships, leading the date, that's enough. Like, they don't need substance. Like, a lot of girls that drink don't need substances to feel happy. They just do it because their friends do it and it's fun or whatever. So that was a huge awakening for me. And again, coming back full circle, it all came from being open-minded. So we have a comment here from Mindfulness with AO. What's up, brother? Love your channel. Appreciate that. Congrats to 3 months sober. That's amazing. That was a huge milestone for me. Like, once I hit that 3-month mark, I'm like, okay, I'm in too deep where I don't want to go back. It just would be a waste of, all the work I've done. And I'm not feeling that pain anymore that I was so intensely when I was first starting. So do I ever get tempted to smoke pot again? Just one more time. How do you deal with the temptation? That's a great question. And the answer is, let's just say this, like, if you ever drive by a casino and you're like, it'd be great to go in there and win $1 million, right? It's like a fun fantasy. You like, maybe you daydream a bit and you get excited, and then you come back to reality and you're just like, oh yeah, that's not happening. That's what it is like with pot. Like, I'll smell it occasionally. I'm like, oh, that smells really nice. And actually, yeah, I don't really get tempted anymore. I think I started to see how much benefits came from life without weed. And those benefits totally outweigh the benefits of smoking weed. So I was smoking weed. I don't know what your story is, AO. Feel free to comment down below if you want to share a little bit about it. My life sucked. like I just smoked weed and watched TV all day. I sold weed, so I didn't really work. Played video games. So actually, one would say like that, yeah, that sounds like a badass life. You just smoked weed and played video games and ate McDonald's all day. But inside, I was completely empty and miserable. Now that I got sober, and after a few months, after I started getting relationships, not romantic, but just building friendships, meeting other people that are sober, etc., like those beginning stages of recovery, I was like, this high is greater than any high I got being alone in my room, unhappy, miserable. And so that has kept me motivated. When I get stressed too, I think I still get tempted to use other vices, like I like eating, or maybe watching TV, YouTube, or something like that, ironically, as I'm making a YouTube video. But yeah, I'm curious to know, what do you still get tempted at 3 months? Because I think that'd be good to know. So continuing on here, the next thing that is going to really help you start to have fun in sobriety, more joy, more happiness, peace, etc., is being spontaneous. And when I was starting to get some clean time under my belt, I really had to practice discipline. I had to be very structured with my day. I had to have my routines in place: meditation, journaling, going to the gym, eating well, cooking, etc. So I became very structured. But what happened is I stopped being spontaneous. I stopped being like, yo, it's a Saturday afternoon and I want to go on a drive somewhere nice. Like, it was like, nope, I have my routine. I have to stick to it. And this is my life now. So it was actually pretty tough to start being spontaneous again. So ways I did it was like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take, instead of going to work, because I did like jobs where I could just kind of hop on when I wanted. Uh, and they were like very fluid hours. So I said, like, instead of going to work and working for 3 hours to make $100, whatever, I'm gonna go drive around. I'm gonna go golf. I'm gonna go do something that kind of makes me feel uncomfortable, because it's my mind says I should be doing this. I should be going to a meeting. I should be doing something with recovery. I shouldn't be going and having fun. I haven't earned it yet. Something like that, right? So once I started doing that, I was like, okay, this was fun. Like, and I when I got home at the end of the night, I didn't care that I didn't get all my chores done, or that I maybe missed a workout. I was like, I just had a great time. Like, this is nice. I got a little taste, and and of course that went on for a while. As you know, I'm in a completely different country, so spontaneity really started to kind of almost seem like the secret, right? If you guys know the secret, like when you manifest stuff, I'm like, dude, if I just like keep waiting to live and have fun, years are gonna go by, and I might be, I don't know, 30 years down the line, be like, oh, I'm ready to take this trip, but only when this and this happens, right? Like, too structured. So once I just said, you know what, do it, and literally my friend's like, hey, why don't you just go now? Half hour later, I put my apartment on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, put my car on there too. 3 weeks later, it was all sold and I was out. And it's been just a life changing adventure. Not only that, in this country, I've been practicing this as well. So I'm practicing what I preach here. Promise. Meeting new people, right? Going on random dates if I just run into a girl I really like. Eating, well, I have to be careful with the food. I'm going to a different city, taking a trip to a different city. Next week, I was getting a haircut from this guy. We kind of connected again from being open minded. He drinks and parties. So, but he's like, hey, man, our friend's bachelor party is next weekend. It's in another city. Do you want to book a flight and come with us? And I just said, yeah. And then as he was giving me my haircut, I booked the flight. He literally finished my haircut. I click confirm, and next week I'm going on a trip with a bunch of new people I don't know. I know a few of them, and they're really dope. But yeah, it's just like, and the excitement and the nerves. It's just like, ooh, it just, I feel alive, right? Versus in the past, where sometimes I could be so structured that I knew exactly what was coming in a half hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, that life became very boring. And again, you might be experiencing this too, just that boredom in recovery. And we want to try to step away from that and live a fun life, right? Because we didn't do all this work to just wait to die. No, we did this to experience all the things in life that we've ever wanted to, live our dreams, live our passions, be someone who adds value to the world, and in turn receives value from others and just has a blast, right? Because this life is short. So being spontaneous has been huge. I guess I was, for the people watching, I'll invite you to do something spontaneous this week. I guess it's Saturday, so this weekend, if you can, do something that you usually wouldn't do, that gives you a little butterflies, but in the back of mind, you know that could be really fun. Sometimes for me, it's going to the pool, right? Going swimming. That's kind of like a spontaneous thing. Maybe going to a restaurant you haven't been to. It can be small too. So just something that can break up your routine. And then, if you remember, comment back on this video what your experience was, and if you really enjoyed it, or if if it was uncomfortable, whatever your experience is okay, because it's just a learning process, right? This is all practice. This is all stuff that we can get better at. So, moving on to number 3 is socialize. So I've kind of been talking about this throughout the live stream here, and the importance of getting out and having relationships. And this was really tough for me because I'm just someone without being in the right state of mind and making sure my things internally are in order, as well as externally. I feel a lot of anxiety. I was a very anxious kid, came from trauma. And because of that, it's been difficult at times in my life to develop relationships. Sometimes it's been very easy. And that always confused me because I'm like, at this part of my life, I had tons of friends, and all of a sudden I don't have friends. And the thought of talking to someone is just like exhausting, just thinking about it. So I started small, right? Um, they do this for dating too. So I kind of did dating and building friendships at the same time. Going up to, and it included going up to just random people. So I would go up to random girls in the mall and say, "Hey, do you know at the time?" And just, small things. They would tell me, I would say thank you and just scoot off. My heart would be pounding. But I did that over and over. And then what happened? I started building to, "Hey, what's the time?" She would tell me, "Oh, by the way, what's your name?" And all the while, because I knew I was doing this with girls who gave me the most anxiety, because girls are attractive, and I've always wanted to date them, etc. Get me excited. When I would meet like guys, I'd be less anxious as well, because I'd be like, well, that talking to this guy and asking him to get together sometime is not going to be as close to painful as asking out the girl that I asked out last week, and who very very directly said, "No, I'm not interested in you." So it can't get much worse than that. And that really helped start to build a social network, right? And it wasn't a strong social network. It wasn't like, wow, these are good. To be honest, it wasn't like these are people I want to spend the rest of my life with. It was more of a practice thing. And again, and just continuing to go out, approach people, and then eventually start conversations. Say, "Oh, hey, by the way, what's your name?" Right? She gives me her name. I take off. Next, "Oh, where are you from?" Right? Just adding a little bit every time, eventually to the point where I could go, "Hey, let's grab coffee sometime. Give me your number." And once that happened, the whole world opened up. Business relationships opened up. We have another channel that I'm going to post right down here, and it's called Men of Now. It's about dating and how to kind of date in the world. And the focus of this channel is not like typical red pill, like girls suck, right? They're all 304s. No, this is like how to enjoy dating, how to live a great dating life that's authentic, that's not douchey. You could say it like that. And it is called Men of Now. So I'll drop it right here. Check it out. It is a newer channel, and the guy that you will see if you click on the link, I met him through just a spontaneous interaction. We were both on a live stream together about addiction, actually, and I hit him up. I'm like, "Hey man, great to meet you. Let's hop on a. Would you want to come on the channel?" And you guys might have recognized his face. His name's Huds. He's been on the channel before. He has his own YouTube channel as well, and yeah, super cool dude. We have really good chemistry, and we decided to do the channel together. So if I hadn't been going out trying to talk to women, unsuccessfully at first, of course, but putting my foot out there and getting rejected, I wouldn't have had the courage to go and ask this guy to come on the channel, and two, be open enough to start a whole YouTube channel with him. And now we're potentially going to do some business together, and it's just amazing. Again, back to open-mindedness. He also drinks, and he doesn't exercise a ton, right? He's not super active, but his personality is just so solid. And because I had opened my mind enough to not judge him for any of that stuff, I just saw who he really was as a person, and we jived heavily because of that. So guys, again, I really just encourage you to go out there and just be brave. Don't be afraid. Well, no, that's not true. Be afraid and still take action. That's the secret. Because if you wait not to be afraid, it will never happen. Got to push through that fear. So we got Mr. Dem4. What's up, brother? Good to see you again. Spontaneous and save. Yeah, this guy knows. Yeah, always got to wrap it up, boys. Don't want to. Yeah, that's not a spontaneity you want. especially if you're, in the beginning of your path. So socializing, that was number 3. Let's go to the last one here, which is being open to an adventure. This actually, as I'm reading this out loud, this goes back into kind of the spontaneity one, right? Being open to whatever comes up, um, taking a right instead of a left when you're walking down the street. It's just silly stuff like that, right? Hey, I'll go to the water today instead of taking my traditional route home. Looking for any way to create an adventure. And this can be in dating, this can be just hanging out with homies, right? Some of the best nights are when you just say, screw it. I'm not going to try to force anything, no agenda. I'm just going to go out there and see what happens. And I'll share a really cool story with you guys from this last week. I was in a different city, Krakow. It's, a few hours train ride from Warsaw. Went there for a week. I just wanted to explore, and it was amazing, guys. Like, it's very different than Warsaw. So I can't say which one's better. I just say they're both amazing in their own way. So went to Krakow, and it was my birthday. It was my birthday on Wednesday. I had a date scheduled, but it didn't work out. It got canceled. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go out, have a fun day. It's my day. I'm going to just do what I want and see what happens. So went to this beautiful water spot. You might have seen it on some of my other videos. It's just like lake, clear water. They just made like a bunch of pools. There's cliff jumping, which is illegal, but we still did it anyway. And just talked to people, right? Met some really attractive girls while I was there. Met a couple dudes as well. And again, spontaneous. It was just, I woke up that morning, someone recommended it. I talked to at the gym. He's like, go here. Again, just making conversation with people. I went there the next 3 days because it was so amazing. So that night, I get back, eat, get ready to go out. And I'm just like, I'm just going to walk around the city, explore a part I haven't before for me, not for anyone else, not to try to pick up girls, whatever, just to have a good time. I go out, I'm walking around, new area. It's like the Jewish part of the city. And I see this girl walking. She's got her headphones on, which is usually they recommend don't go and approach a girl that has headphones on. No, not true. You never know what could come. So went up to her and we went on a 2.5 hour instant date. And it was awesome, right? We just went on an adventure. We just walked down by the river, just didn't really care where we went. We just took a right when we felt like taking a right, etc. And she was a cool girl. She was like 21 or something. And the craziest part, we're on a boat, right? So we go sit on this, like, they have a bunch of boats by the river that are like restaurants. We go in the boat, get some water because we don't drink, remember? And we're sitting there and we're looking over the lake. She's like, these days are usually tough for me. And I'm like, oh, why's that? And she goes, well, my birthdays in the past have been pretty traumatic. And I went, wait a sec, what? She's like, yeah, it's my birthday today. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? And yeah, I was like, yeah, it's my birthday too. I showed her my phone with the calendar that said happy birthday. And she's like, wait, what? Wait, no, get out of here. So here I am, freaking in a brand new city that I've been in like 3 days, sober. It's my birthday, and I run into a girl. We go on a date. I've never met her. It's instantaneous, and it's also her birthday. it was like a magical experience that I'll never forget. And it came from doing all these steps here. One, being open-minded, not judging her that she's not. She had a tattoo. She was getting out of using, right? So she stopped smoking, which was a good thing. But anyway, it was spontaneous, right? Decided to just go to a part of the city that I wanted to go to and have fun. The whole day was filled with fun. So I had that energy of like joy and excitement. Socializing, right? Socializing, getting out there, having talked to people earlier in the day gave me the courage to have that confidence later in the night. And then also just being open, socializing with her, like going up to a random stranger, just saying, hey, thought you look nice, etc. And then being open to the adventure, right? In the past, I would have, and this is just something that comes with being new to dating. Like, I wouldn't have had the courage to, I want to say courage, I wouldn't have had the skill to say, to continue the date, continue the conversation. I would have been so nervous. I would have just said, can I get your number? And then let's go on a date next week or something like that, right? A little more calibrated, and we can talk about in another video. But because I was open to the adventure, to meeting a new person, to seeing where the night could go, didn't go there. Little different values here, more conservative values. So you guys get the drift. But being open to that too, it became an awesome night and a memory and a story I'm going to share for the rest of my life. So, guys, let's see, we got no more comments here, so appreciate you guys hearing that story. Yeah, I'm really excited to share that with you. It was very fun. Back to the title of this video. Super cool experience. Share some experiences if you want to, that are just like that you never would have expected to happen in a million years, right? Those are sometimes the best moments of life, and again, the ones who will remember. So I'm gonna check back on the thumbnail here for a sec to kind of get some more ideas of maybe a few more things to talk about. Again, anyone, if you have any comments, feel free to drop them below. Working out with new people, that's another one too. Cooking, food, that's a great way to be spontaneous and have fun, right? Food is absolutely delicious. Like, I'm going to be a foodie till the day I die. I had to do some recovery work, so I was making sure I was eating the right food because I liked the donuts. I really liked Oreos and ice cream, but that doesn't help with longevity and health and etc. So I had to stop that. But I like to cook. I like to, try new recipes and stuff. Eat very healthy, and because of that, that's also a very fun thing to do. Find friends, cook with. The last video I posted was with my friend. She came and visited me in Krakow, actually, and we cooked together. She's been teaching me a bunch of recipes, which is awesome. And then something pretty cool too that happened last night. So like I said at the beginning of the live stream, I'm with my friend that I met here. He invited me to stay at his place for a few nights. So we've been chilling. We went out last night, and we were walking by. And they have a lot of street performers. And what's crazy is these street performers like are really good. Like almost all of them. Like you can tell they've been trained, classically trained, and they just jam, they shred, whatever. So there's this guy and this girl. He was on the drums, she was on the guitar. And I said, "Yo, can I drum a little bit?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So he gets up, and we just start jamming for like 20 minutes. If you add me on Instagram, you can see the story. My buddy I was with, he plays guitar as well, so he hopped in the guitar. We were just jamming, making music, and it was just like, again, spontaneous, open-minded. So we had to socialize to get in that situation anyway, and the adventure, it was just like another memory that I won't forget. So music too. Music is another awesome avenue to enjoy life in sobriety. I know sometimes situation can have it where you can't just go on an adventure, where you have your job, you have to stay put. So it's finding little ways throughout the day that you can have fun, and music is a great way to interject that joy into life. Listening to music. When I was back in the US, I was doing delivery gigs, so I would just every once in a while throw on the headphones, got some nice like Bluetooth Bose noise canceling headphones, and just would drive around and just jam music. And even if I had a really tough day, I would feel alive, and I would feel like, okay, you know what, life ain't so bad, and whatever happens, it's going to be all right. I have something now to look forward to. Music, amazing, guys. Let us know in the comments what your favorite genre is, etc. Sports, that's another one here. You could go out, play some basketball, do like ultimate frisbee leagues, just something like that, right? And it kind of covers all those areas, really. When I started getting into basketball, that's really when I think this started to become a realization that I could have a great social life, because here I am. I've never played basketball. Trust me, I was really bad, like so bad that people would, it would get awkward when I would hold the ball because I couldn't dribble, nothing. So yeah, so went to the gym, was open enough to play a pickup game. Did terrible, but hey, who cares? Kept going back, was spontaneous, had fun, socialized, met a ton of cool people, and you guys kind of get the pattern that's going on here. So I won't continue on with this. However, may this sink into your subconscious, and thank you for you who have been watching. I really appreciate it, and. Again, guys, recovery can be a beautiful thing. It doesn't have to be what most people probably think it is, which is a boring life sentence to to the day we die, it can be filled with adventure, filled with fun. And that's what I want for you, is to get out there and have a great time. Let me know, reach out if you just want to chat through IG or whatever. Any way I can help, I'm here for you. I know it's like to need that support. Hey, we're trying not to be codependent, but I need people in my life that are wiser than me and that can give me direction. It's very important. So I invite you guys to reach out anytime. Look forward to talking to you on another stream, and have a great one, guys. Peace.